The Ruby Mountains of Nevada are situated in the basin and range region of the western United States. Reaching altitudes above 11,000 feet, the range captures significant precipitation, creating a cool green oasis above the surrounding desert. Glaciers scorned the northern end of the Ruby Mountains during the last ice age, creating the U-shaped Lamoille Canyon, also known as Nevada's Yosemite. Hanging valleys, towering summits, and year-round snowfields characterize this wilderness. South of Lamoille Canyon, you'll encounter 7 miles of lake basins and meadows before the terrain south of North Furlong Lake turns into a narrow, grassy ridge that runs approximately 15 miles to Overland Lake Basin. The Rubies contain 10 peaks above 11,000 feet and more than 24 alpine lakes, rare treats in this arid state. You'll also find here one of the largest herds of mule deer in Nevada, numbers of mountain goats, and bighorn sheep. The Ruby Crest Trail travels along the top of this wilderness for 36 miles. This is where our adventure begins.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden, by the garden, of the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me. Showers away, and if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, will you pardon me and tiptoe through the tulips with me?
Wednesday night after work, Robert and I traveled to Lamoille Canyon. We got there after dark and set up a quick camp. Thursday morning, we met up with Cowboy John, who shuttled us to Harrison Pass on the south end of the trail. Once on the trail, we began our 36-mile hike. First, we found hillsides covered in beautiful purple loon pines and yellow mule ears. After cruising along at a brisk 3 miles per hour, we entered a forest of quaking aspens. Several regions were so choked with stunted trees and flowers it completely obliterated the trail. Near the end of the first day, we put on microspikes to traverse the snowfields to our first camping spot, Overland Lake Basin, tucked up tight against the granite and quartz cliffs, fed by small waterfalls from melting snow dropping steeply into the lake. We stayed near the small cabin at the lake's output. It's a beautiful place. Hey, here, just rolled up my legs and it's just covered in dirt. You can tell. So, we're gonna put my feet in some water, kind of help them relax, keep the swelling down. It's cold water. And then we'll kind of rinse our legs off, some of that dirt. The next day, we started our next 15-mile leg to Castle Lake. On this section, we passed by an impressive waterfall and several creeks before actually stepping foot onto the crest. We spent most of the day in the alpine region, about 10,000 feet. There were less aspens and wildflowers and a sharp increase in alpine sagebrush and pine trees. The vistas to the east and the west went on for miles. Near Wines Peak, we got our first view of Ruby Dome, an impressive rock monolith with jagged cliffs and snow drifts rising above the green and forested glacial carved canyons below. As we continue on the trail, it became apparent to us this is going to be an exhausting day ascending and descending the peaks as we traverse the range. On Wines Peak, there were rock outcrops perfect for resting. We watched the high clouds pass by and admired the views. For a moment, it felt like the perfect place to take a nap. Another favorite spot was a small creek just above North Furlong Lake. We had just traveled a 10-mile section that had no water and were due to top off our water bottles. This canyon is a beautiful meadow covered with flowers, grass, and stream plenty. We passed by Favre Lake and then up a steep climb to Castle Lake, then off to bed with a bright moon ever glaring on us. On the last day, we passed many lakes we almost lost count. The highest section of the trail, Liberty Pass, stood tall above Liberty Lake. However, the short climb felt much easier than the long, slow climbs of the previous day's journey. Dropping down to Lamoille Canyon, we met our final adventure. After passing 2 hikers, one of them, Brooke, came running down asking if we could help her mom, Allison, who appeared to have sprung her ankle. After assessing the situation, we took her backpack down the hill and gave her a set of trekking poles. Then the 4 of us left the mountain for the parking lot at the end of Lamoille Canyon. We had wanted to climb Ruby Dome, but found ourselves to be pretty exhausted after 36 miles of hiking. We have many reasons to go back to the Rubies: summiting the dome, exploring the canyons, and trying the excellent fishing. Oh Ruby Mountains, we will be back.
Shine on, Ruby Mountain, from the valley to the sea. Shine on, Ruby Mountain, shine your sweet love down on me.
Duck, 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 duck.
Goose.